Hello, this is Councillor Jim O'Leary, Cathaoirleach of Dún Laoghaire. We've just finished our March meeting and it was a fairly productive meeting. One of the first items we dealt with is a number of issues around our audit committee. So we have an independent audit committee that offers independent advice to management around control issues, around risk management and different audit matters. So one of the things we would do, we have to review the different audit reports that come in. We review the report of the local government auditor. We look at different risk registers, and what we have is a charter, and the council has to agree our charter, the type of things we're doing. Then we would have set out our work programme for 2025, and then there would have been a review of the work we did in 2024. We then moved on to the next part of the meeting where we get an opportunity to ask the Chief Executive questions on different matters. He gave us updates on developments in Cherrywood, new work that's about to be undertaken in Sandyford in relation to reviewing the planning framework that operates up there. He gave us updates on a number of LAPs that are underway. We have one in Kilteenan, one in Glenamuck, one in Alconna. He gave us updates on housing, so there's a new housing proposal in Dundrum, in Mount St Mary's, and housing proposals in Woodbrook. He gave us an update on this initiative called Gaeilge 365, which is a new initiative to provide opportunities for people to speak Irish in different social settings. We then dealt with the sports plan. We have a new physical activity and sports plan for the county, and that kind of sets out about trying to create sporting and physical activity opportunities for everybody in the community. It's about building the right facilities in the right places. In Dún Laoghaire we have the highest level of participation in sports in the country, but because of our geographical location, we find it difficult to actually access pitches. Even though there are something like 191 pitches in the county, we have 300 clubs and there's 48 different types of sports played in our community. We now have, at the moment, over 120 different sports facilities. So it's all about working together with the different clubs and the different stakeholders. The next item for consideration was the litter prevention report. This is a report we get annually about the work that's been done by the council in terms of trying to keep the county litter free. One of the black spots though was in relation to graffiti. There's been an 86% increase in the amount of graffiti that's occurring in the county. But the county is working hard to try and address these problems. We issued something like 8,000 blue bags to different community groups in terms of litter picking activities, and we issued 400 fines. We then got the opportunity to move on to what are called our motions, and the first motion that we dealt with was this idea of, instead of having multiple providers for waste management, we'd have a single provider. So instead of 4 or 5 different waste management trucks going down your road, you should only have one. So there's actually a working group that's been set up at a Dublin level to deal with something like that. The next motion actually was about putting up a plaque to Kevin O'Higgins. So Kevin O'Higgins was one of the founders of the state, and he was assassinated back in 1927 in Blackrock. So it's about commemorating his life and contribution. The next motion was about looking for solutions to deal with dangerous corners, which are quite prevalent, particularly in the Glencullen ward. And the council has a reticence in using traffic mirrors, but these are something that are used throughout the continent. So that particular motion had widespread backing, and we'd hope management would look at some solutions. It doesn't have to be traffic mirrors, but we need some solutions where we're coming into blind corners and we have no idea what's coming around the other side. That rounds up our March meeting, and I hope everyone has a great St. Patrick's weekend and St. Patrick's Day. All the best.